So you're a big proponent of Broward. Tell me about
Broward,
that.
and particularly Fort Lauderdale. I grew up in Broward County, grew up in Hollywood. I've been living back in Fort Lauderdale now for 15 years after spending time up the East Coast in some of the larger cities along the East Coast. And the scale of living in Fort Lauderdale, everything it has to offer, is just, it's perfect for me, and I think it's perfect for most people. Not everybody realizes it, but there's nothing that the city doesn't have to offer that you really want. It's walkable, we have great restaurants, we have great places to live, but most importantly, we have great weather and the water. And more than almost any other place I can think of, Fort Lauderdale lives on the water. The beach, the rivers, it's unlike any other city in America.
And it's a big boating community as well.
It's a tremendous boating community, and that's what the rivers drive. And from a real estate standpoint, dockage is key. And from a lifestyle standpoint, it's not just yachts, although the yachts are a big part of the industry. It's water skiing, it's recreational boats, and that's a tremendous boon. The other part of it, I started to mention the beach. What Fort Lauderdale has that virtually no other place nearby has is a beach that's accessible to the public, not just from a legal standpoint, but the stretch of A1A, what's always known as the Strip, is one of the few places, it's the only place between Palm Beach and Miami that has the road up to the beach, and you don't have private property between the two. And that is a tremendous boon to living in the area.
And tell me about your projects that you've got going on.
Right now I've only got one project going on. It's called Riva. It's on the Middle River. And what excites me most about the project is that it's on the water and has fantastic views of both the river and the ocean. But most importantly, it lives on the water better than any other building I can think of. I found the property paddleboarding. It's right by the launch in George English Park. And it's a very active stretch of water. And the way we've been able to put in floating docks, et cetera, an important building feature that we've put in is paddleboard and kayak storage for residents, because it's a drop right in. While we have boat slips for motorboats, almost every one of our purchasers have wanted that water sport amenity. And it's how you live in Fort Lauderdale. It's a very walkable city, but I'd much rather get there by boat.
And how are sales going?
Sales are great. We're a little over half sold, and we've just started construction. So
great.
We expect to finish next fall, late fall.
And are the buyers from any particular area?
More than half our buyers are what I'll call local, Broward County buyers. They come from Weston and Fort Lauderdale more than any individual place. But from around Broward County, about half. The other half come from a little bit of the Northeast, a little bit down in Miami, a little bit in Latin America, and a little bit in Europe.
Interesting.
Oh, and from my homeland in Canada. But,
oh, you're from
but only a few. So